All right, on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our smart contracts project, and we're still doing our let me pull it up, our Web3Py favorites module, and we're still inside the project introduction section of that module. Today we're going to do some light reading because we are in a new section of that actual section. So as soon as it loads up, we can start. So in this section, we'll be going over a Python tip that will help us run this code a different way. We'll be using something called a point break or breakpoint. Sorry about that. Which is a built-in function in Python that allows us to pause the execution of our code and inspect the variables at that point in time. And this is very useful for debugging and testing purposes as it allows us to see what is going on in our code at that point in time. Once we have the breakpoint added to our code, we'll run it again in the terminal using a UV command. Now, if everything is correct, the code will execute up until the breakpoint, and then it will drop us into a Python shell where we can inspect the variables and see what is going on. We can then use the exit command to exit the shell and continue the execution of our code, which is paused at that breakpoint. Now, in this section, we will go over a few Python breakpoint tips that will help us use it more effectively. We will start by executing the code again so that it can drop us into the PDB or the Python debugger shell. On the PDB shell line, we can once again type in the name of our variable, which is favorites contract, and it will use the output of the variable. So let me actually show you what we're going to be doing. We're going to do it tomorrow because I don't want it to take too long trying to run it today. We are doing a bunch of things. I don't have to run it, get it to the debugger shell, and then actually try to show you the code. So this is the breakpoint here. We have it commented out. You can see here we have our favorites contract that we did yesterday. We printed that out. We're not going to be using that any longer. But instead of deleting it, I'll just keep it commented out for future purposes and learning experiences. But we're going to be doing the breakpoint tomorrow. Let me actually uncomment that out now so we can have it ready to queued up. So when we come back tomorrow, I'll actually show you how the breakpoint operates, and we'll jump right over here and run it instead of doing any reading. So look out for that. But of course, I will keep you posted every step of the way. For now, this is the Python Poppy. You guys stay Gucci.